Hill. I'm a councilman here in the town of Wawayanda, and it's an honor for me to be here this evening to host this event with John. There's some folks that I'd like to thank that helped us put this together. First of all, the physical location, which is here at Slate Hill Orchards with the Tailgater family, who donated the refreshments that you see here this evening. Also, the folks that are also the purveyors of Slate Hill Orchards, which is Wayne and Gary Courts. They were here before, but they had to leave. But I emphasize here, folks with Crystal K Cafe, they made a special effort to stay open with us this evening, and before you leave, if you could stop by and do a little patronage with them, that would be greatly appreciated. As we move along, I just wanted to give you a little bit on John, his introduction. John, as I've met him recently, he is a town of Minnesink resident. He's been involved with politics here in Orange County since 1994. He is a graduate of Minnesink Valley School in 1996. He is engaged to be married in June of 2011 to his wonderful fiancée, Stacy Pipes. Now, without further ado, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our next Assemblyman from the 98th District, Mr. John Carey.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Cole. That was given the short notice that you had to do that, I thank you for quite a decent introduction on that, sir. Normally before something like this, I would get right into the speech. But there's a couple of things I want to do first. I would like to thank my friend Mr. Maselli over there, who's going to be videotaping this for our YouTube presentation, with the help of my other friend Mr. Freddie Stanton. Thank you, sir. My friend Miss Lori Gantz, who has been quite a tremendous help and a tremendous pickup, as my fiance could not be here tonight. Mr. Joseph Candela from the Young Republicans. And standing back there with his arms crossed and looking pretty conservative, my father, Jack Carey. Carolyn Peliglia representing Anna Wells from As a Mom, and Cheryl and Randy Thomas from the Orange County, Sullivan County 912 group. Okay, now, that being said, one other thing I would like to do is thank the Tailgaters for giving us the apple cider donuts, the apple cider and the powdered sugar donuts. What you may have recognized over there as well with the totes is normally something like this, any kind of a press conference, a kickoff, anything like that would be a catered affair, or it would be done at a dinner or some other event. However, given the economic climate in New York State right now, and in the 98th Assembly District as a whole, I have decided to have everyone, when they were given the event invitation, to drop off a perishable or non-perishable item that will be distributed to the poor or to the needy, to soup kitchens and food pantries around the district. For those people that have dropped off such, I'd like to thank you for your generosity. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, friends and family, distinguished guests, my fellow citizens, I would like to thank you for joining me here on this beautiful April evening for my official kickoff press conference. You know, Ronald Reagan once said, the future of our country, the direction that we go as a people, whether we move ahead to meet the challenges of the future or slide back into the irresponsible policies of the past, will be determined by who gets involved. My friends, in this day and age, there's nothing further from the truth. Where the legislature knows the most dysfunctional one in the country, it's time to bring change to our state government. And of course, that's why it gives me great pleasure to announce my candidacy for the 98th Assembly District seat, currently held by Aileen Gunther. You know, when I first contemplated the bid for the seat, I spoke to and obtained the opinions of a large array of people, whether they be political, such as Mr. Cole, friends and family, whether it be my father, my fiance. Some were for it, others were against it, but all of them agreed that we needed a change. After a tremendous amount of soul searching, are you guys getting the feedback on that? Yeah? Okay. After a tremendous amount of soul searching, I decided that given the current political climate, it was finally time to restore a decent amount of common sense and high ethical standards to the New York State Legislature. Our state legislature has grown stagnant on both sides of the aisle, and this has led to extreme voter apathy, as well as general voter disgust in our elected officials, as seen in the recent pickups by the Republican Party in New York, Massachusetts, Virginia, and New Jersey. This has led to some 6 in 10 voters in the Hudson Valley saying that their elected officials have lost touch with the realities of their constituents, and this, my friends, must end. Our legislature has basically become a non-responsive, self-serving entity that ignores the will of the people and bows down to do the will of Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver. More so now than ever, ladies and gentlemen, without the tree of democracy being trimmed from time to time, without new blood being injected into our government, we will continue to be ruled by the old ways, the same old ways that have caused my generation to say that anyone knows wants to stay in this area any longer. Over the past decade, Orange and Sullivan counties combined have lost 16,500 young adults, or 39% of the population, to other counties and states. Only 1 in every 5 members of my generation said they plan to stay here, get married, and raise a family. And let me tell you, just by what my fiance and I have looked around, I can definitely agree with that one. And this is not just a phenomenon reserved to this district, it's happening statewide. As a matter of fact, New Yorkers are fleeing the beautiful Empire State at the fastest rate in the country. Why is that, you ask? The biggest reason is taxes, already the highest in the nation and continuing to grow by the day. Taxes that were raised when our Assemblywoman voted to eliminate your star rebate checks, Assembly Bill A-153C, which increased the property tax burden, again, already the highest in the nation, an additional $386 for working families and $486 for seniors, of which many live on a fixed income and could not afford it. How do we alleviate this? By capping the property taxes at 2.5% of assessed value. We need to lower taxes here, not raise them, and especially not add new ones, such as the soda tax. We start by lowering or completely eliminating the state income tax and instead implement a fair tax, thereby increasing said tax revenue without actually adding any new revenue or without adding any new taxes. We repeal the tax levied on Orange and Sullivan counties by the state to help the MTA and repeal the payroll taxes to help shore it up. The New York State budget, which is now 13 days late, shows a potential shortfall of $11 billion for fiscal year 2010-2011. This is completely unacceptable, unsustainable, and puts us on a path to challenge California for first state in the country to go bankrupt. Now, one thing I did want to harp on as well and add to the fact is this being an agricultural district, whether it be the town of Minnesink, the town of Wawayanda, Greenville, I've had a chance to talked to several farmers in the last couple of days, especially Mr. Cole and Miss Gantz, and 2 of whom I am proud to call my friends. Not only feed American families, but a substantial part of the world. Of growing concern, especially here in an agricultural area, is that without some changes of policies, our area may well run out of farmers because their median age is currently 59. Due to the extraordinary risk involved in making a success of farming, many young people are unwilling to remain. Keeping our farmers in business is good for... So therefore, keeping our farms in business is good for the farmer and the consumer, and I urge all of you to buy local, especially after the press conference, inside because they were nice enough to stay open for us. Now, the biggest thing I've heard while out touring the district, listening to the tea parties, talking to friends and candidates around the state is jobs. With the unemployment rate high, we need to create them. Good, long-lasting, well-paying jobs. But where do we start? Well, manufacturing. In the last 20 years, New York State has lost over 50% of its manufacturing jobs due to the business climate here that ranks 49th in the country. One state beats us, and that is California. How do we change that? We make New York what it wants.